This is Yesenia, and this is my student learning outcome reflection. So I'll start off with analyzing rhetorical situations, which is students will analyze the subject, purpose, audience, and constraints that influence and determine what kind of document genre they will write. So the evidence I have for this one is the research question that I came up with. Are teacher candidates coming out of college prepared for the profession? And this shows that I figured out what my question was, and then I wrote it in the kind of document that would best fit what I was doing. So in this case, it would be analytical report. So I did that for this, so I included my analytical report about teacher candidates coming out of college prepared. And the second student learning outcome was find and evaluate information, which is based on rhetorical analysis. Students will gather information from professional, academic, and government sources. They will be able to evaluate the information they find for quality and validity. So here, as my evidence, I put some of the my works cited that I had for my analytical report. So I looked into different articles that would help my research question that I had about teacher candidates, and I looked through academic journals and professional sources that teachers have wrote, and I put those here. So it shows that I can find and evaluate information and see which will work best and which one will help my writing become stronger and make my points valid. And down here, I just put my, my survey questions and my interview questions that I did, because I feel like that is finding and evaluating information in a way, because I gathered information and I did use it to prove a point in a way, or to create validity to the research question that I had. So I added that in just to add it in. And then the third student learning outcome is composing documents. And that is when students will develop strategies for generating content and organizing it into a logical structure that is appropriate for their intended users. They will consider ethical influences for the documents they compose. They will work effectively with others to create documents. So here, as my evidence, I put screenshots of posts from the discussion board of our online class. And this first one right here is when someone responded to my post about my analytical report, and Carissa responded, and I used what she had to say about my report and in order to put together my paper, and we kind of just helped each other. And then down here is one of the responses I did to one of my peers, Avery, and it was when we were trying to think of ideas of what to write about for a research paper, and we were supposed to help give links so they could find some ideas of what they want to do. And she wanted to at first she wanted to do it on child abuse, so I gave her 2 websites that might be useful to her. So that shows that we worked effectively with others, so we kind of helped each other create our documents, and it was very helpful. Honestly, it was helpful hearing what they had to say and seeing the ideas that my peers would come up with. It was very interesting, and I think it's really good that's an experience sometimes you don't get inside of a classroom, because sometimes people are scared to speak up, which is sometimes what I do. But yeah, so that was really cool. I was glad that I got to experience composing documents with other people through here. And it was done in such a way that was very organized. And sometimes I didn't feel like I was giving enough feedback, but every week having to reply to people really showed how much we helped each other compose our documents, which was really cool. I liked it. And the fourth one is present documents. And that one says, students will edit and revise their writing to provide ambiguous meaning and coherent structure. They will incorporate visual elements to improve understanding. They will create an overall design that enhances readability and shows professionalism. And I thought my evidence could be from my proposal. I felt like that one was really good. I really liked how it came out. I liked how it looked nice. I tried to work really hard on it as much as I could, and I put pictures and I put the watermark. I tried to make it look professional, and I put the captions after I revised it to be more direct, and it's user friendly and it's easy for readers to know what exactly I'm trying to explain. And it was a lot better once I went back and edited it, which made it 100 times better. I'm glad I got to revise it and change things after I got input from my peers and from you. And here's this figure that I also added into my paper, and I felt like it's visually appealing and it improved the overall design of it. And it made it look more professional and not too wordy. I just was trying to make it as best as possible, so that's why I decided to do that for the benefits in my proposal instead of just writing. And for the last student learning outcome, compose in various modes. This one was really hard for me at first. I'm not used to recording myself or making videos and that sort of thing. But it says students will create their work using various modes to communicate in order to become successful technical communicators for the 21st century. Projects will be composed beyond written texts, with students creating videos, podcast reports with graphics and charts, etc. Students will learn to choose their audience and purpose for the text they are composing, and these choices will prompt them to choose the appropriate medium for communication. So for this one, I decided to do a Prezi presentation because I felt like it was the best way to present a research paper, because they could get a little wordy. So the video really did help me out. And for my proposal, I didn't include it in here, but I felt like it was best to keep it written since it looks a little more professional, but it also depends on what exactly you're doing. So I looked at what was the purpose and who I was addressing it to, so who was my audience, and I felt like written text was the best way to go for that one. So I feel like I have improved a lot in this student learning outcome the most, which is really cool because that's something that I'm going to need to know for future references. And yeah, that's about it. I learned a lot in this class. I'm glad I took this class, and it's really going to help me in my teaching career to write proposals, grants, and things like that. And it also helped me with my resume, which is really good because I will be applying for jobs this summer, and that's very exciting. So thank you, and I hope you have a great summer.